set a beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Do your hand like this. Yeah, gotcha. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, the black, the nigga I'm black, the nigga black, the nigga black, the nigga black, the nigga I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown. You got to shake, they want the black. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the black, I can never be white, the white. Shake, if the leg, wiggle, lift the leg, bounce, lift the leg, hustle, lift the leg, if the leg is around, let me see you put your hands up. Let me see you put your, if the leg is around, let me see you put your hands up. Put your hands up, black. Make that booty go round and round. I'm Louis Vuitton Brown. Make that booty go round and round, man, cause I'm Louis Vuitton Brown.
What's up? How y'all doing? Happy Thursday. You already know what it is. Travel Devu. What's going on? I hope y'all are doing well. Happy Thursday, y'all. I am in such a good mood today. I went out. I didn't get to ground, but I did meditate and I did pray and all that stuff. And I feel so good. Before I came on here, you know what I was listening to? This is what it was. I know I bought it on myself. Hey, I don't go blaming no one else. Girl, I had Frankie was in here rolling, girl. I was like, oh, Lord, I forgot I got to do a show, honey. But we are here. Welcome. Y'all come on in. I'm sorry. Let me get these bangs together, honey. Let's start getting him like a school teacher. Mama Jerse Wig in the building. I hope y'all are having a good day. I am. It's Thursday. One more day to Friday. For all of you guys who are unaware, I will not be here tomorrow for the Joce because I will be in London for the weekend, really all the way to Monday. And yeah. So I fly out today. If y'all see me in the airport, say what's up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be crazy or whatever. But anyways, y'all, it's a beautiful day. The sun is out. The sun haven't been out in a little while, but it's definitely out today. And I think that that's dope. So shout out to everybody, y'all. We got a show. First of all, morning announcements are as follows. We used to them. Basically, make sure you guys are out there meditating, grounding, and praying. Also, Black America, most importantly, please, not most importantly, because that's important, but also, please, Black America, do your genealogy. Girl, if y'all don't do nothing, do your genealogy. It is going to save you and your lineage, okay? Do your genealogy, find out, talk to the elder people in your family, find out the family historian, and go find out exactly who you are. Your identity is not in any of these books. I mean, it is, but you have to know who you are from within first, okay? So please, if you don't do anything, Black America, do your genealogy. What else I wanted to see? It was something else, but I can't remember. Either way, we got a show today, y'all. Let's get into the docket. So apparently we have, first of all, the Tendernism. I've been wanting to come on here and talk to y'all about that, but I kept forgetting. And then I logged into Twitter today and I saw it and I said, okay, today is the day for me to talk about it. So I want to talk about Unc from Tendernism. Everybody know him from the meat that fall off the bones. He went viral on TikTok. Where people were like having all the meat fall off the bones, and Black people all over went crazy supporting this man. All for us to find out that it's not him who owned this stuff. It's a clear man behind it who not only own it, he's basically robbing Unc blind. We're going to get into why we have to pick our battles. Let's go there. Even though it's unfortunate. We're going to get into that. Verizon Wireless had an outage. Like, I had no idea. I'm not with Verizon, but apparently they had an outage. People thinking it was random, but none of this is random. So we'll discuss that. Iyanla Vanzant talks lady balls. She went on the Breakfast Club with Jess Hilarious and told Hilarious Jess that she have lady balls. And you know what? I didn't even listen to the rest of the video. I just heard that part and I said we're gonna share it. But I think a lot of us have lady balls. We're gonna get into it. Lypo lawsuit. Some girl in Atlanta, her family just won a lawsuit for $50-something million for Lypo. You see, we're gonna talk about the pros and the cons of that. Because although it was good for that family, we're going to talk about why it does nothing for the overall goal of us getting that crap up out of our neighborhood. So we'll discuss that. Caresha trying to drop some music and the people is damn near trying to beg her not to. And then we got science versus or doctors versus gender. You know, I saw this video. First of all, I love everybody. But I did see this video of a doctor, and we'll discuss it, who just could not for the life of her come to terms with saying out of her mouth that biological men cannot reproduce. Like, she just couldn't get the words out. But no, like, I don't know what it was. She just was like, well, I mean, I think you're, and it made me think, because it made me think about me coming out of the psychology field. Because I remember on my way out the door of psychology, I started seeing how people who I thought were the most logical, and because we were taught science is the most logical portion of all of this stuff. But I quickly learned that science is a bigger religion than Christianity. I'm going to say it again. Science is a bigger religion than Christianity, but neither here nor there. I quickly learned that, I'm sorry. I quickly learned that science is just as much a bunch of BS as all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But and that was shocking because when I was leaving away from religion, I'm thinking science is the safest place to go. Same way I thought history was one of the safest places to go. I'm telling you now, girl, when you come to awakening and you start to really be able to see, like for real, like see, it, you realize you walking in a whole, like it's literally like everything around you is fake. It's crazy, but we gonna discuss. I just think that a doctor who couldn't be that logical about something, I would never want to be my doctor. And then it made me question, why would they push these type of doctors through? So we're gonna get into it and a few other things. But y'all, before we do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Oh, Jalen, I love you too. Shout out to y'all. Have I told y'all lately how much I appreciate y'all? If I haven't, I want to take this time out to tell y'all that I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I love y'all and even though I don't know y'all personally, I feel energy, and I'm not gonna lie. Every day y'all click on my videos, whether it's a live or a replay, like I just feel the gratitude of it. And coming from a place where you've been unnoticed so much, you know what I mean? And I don't mean unnoticed like I was so lame and nobody, you know what I'm saying? Meaning like people don't recognize your gifts and your talent. It feels so good to come to a space where there's people, you know what I'm saying, who don't know me from a can of paint, but can recognize my gifts and talents. Because these are all gifts and talents I've always had. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can relate. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can relate. Sometimes, most of the time, it takes for you to leave your own people to go somewhere where nobody don't know nothing about you. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know. I just want y'all to know, if I haven't told y'all in a while, that I am definitely grateful and most importantly, appreciative of everything that you guys have given to me as far as support. So none of that goes unnoticed on my end. I just want y'all to know that. At any rate, I feel good. Spread good cheer and good love. We're going to get right on into the show. And remember, y'all, please like the video if you have not already. And if y'all haven't watched my video, my live yesterday, I did a live at the dollhouse. We was Joce and a bunch of stuff. Rockhead, Blueface. Did y'all see Christian over there opening gifts, y'all? Now, I didn't want to bring her over here to this channel because I hadn't talked about her over here in a while. Happy birthday, Queen. What's your name? Born a Queen 0111. Happy birthday, beautiful. Happy birthday. Anybody else celebrating a birthday? Happy birthday. Y'all seen Krishan over there opening gifts? So the Rockhead sent us some gifts. This is an honorable mention for the morning. Look, now mind you, I told you that Rockheads are old. Some of the gifts that they were sending her was stuff that she and Junior need. Jackets. Girl, they were sending her covers and jackets, shoes, socks. I said, there you go. They said they were sending her car seats and all types of stuff. Thank y'all. I wish y'all could send her a brain, but y'all don't have one to send either. At any rate, look at her opening up these gifts. Mind you, she's supposed to be rich. She's supposed to have it all. But yet and still, somebody write her a check or something, and she goes crazy because she's poor. I told y'all.
Verse 4 says, "You were adulterous people. Don't you know that friendship with the world means enmity against God?
Okay.
Therefore, anyone who chooses to be a friend of the world becomes an enemy of God."
Thanks for the gifts. Tell me why they know TikTok gave me.
Seriously.
Thank you. So how do I say thank you? Thank you. Thank you. Speaks. Thank you, Remy Ma. Thank you. Speaks. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. God looks for the roses. Join my faith club. Oh, thanks for the yeehaw. Who did that? What's that?
Pleasing Jesus.
So
these 3 verses.
Oh, I got a purse. Thank you. Okay, cool. He got something to add to his wardrobe. That was cute. Okay, I got these boxes. Oh man.
Colossians 3 verses 1 to 2 says, "Seek those things which are the. Think on these things. That is a guard for your mind."
And let's be clear. I think it's good that her fans are supporting her because they obviously see a need where she does not. I think my biggest concern is it doesn't matter what they send her. She's not going to put it to use because she doesn't want to. You know what I'm saying? I think that's my biggest concern. Krishan's importance or levels of importance on things to do, Junior is not up there. He's just not. And mind you, this isn't the first time they sent her stuff for him, and he's still outside with no clothes and no shoes on. I'm going to say this. I'm going to keep up the fight. I'm going to just go there. I ain't even going because I'm in good energy today. Keep sending her things, but I sure wish that they would send her some things like a brain so that she can use the things that they send to her. Because you can send her 50-11 car seats. If she don't feel like putting him and switching him out the car seat from the stroller, it won't matter. How about somebody send her a voucher to a therapist, a physical therapist? I think that would be dope. I mean, but who am I, you know? Anyways, like I said, my concern has always been Junior and not to worry about this bitch. So it is what it is. Now, I want to get into an honorable mention right quick, y'all. Another one. What is this? Hold on. Oh, God, I'm not doing that this morning. Not on this, not no negativity this here morning. Hold on, I'm about to bring this up for y'all. Give me 1 second. Oh, God, it's the same video. No. Okay. All right, so... let's start with the show because I thought I had an honorable mention up here, but I don't. But we'll start with the city with the health thing. So this is what's going on. There's a Senate committee meeting on health and stuff going on in America, and we all know how that's been going in the last few recent times because apparently out of the last 4 to 5 years, things in the health field have gone crazy. And this is the problem I have with it because around this time, remember, toward when it got real crazy, I had done already came up out of this psychology field because I'm like, what in the world is going on? So this is what's happening. So I know when I remember when I first joined psychology, I was excited about it. I had went through a lot of majors. History was one of them, and I took every single history course they had in my community college for about 2 years straight because I just knew I wanted to major in history, girl. Crazy. But anyway, I also took a knack to psychology. And I remember when I first got introduced to the field, I remember they were saying, oh, the field of psychology versus psychiatry was more or less medicine focused. So basically a psychiatrist, when I first came in, this is what they said it was. They said when I first came in that the field of psychology is to learn how to not find coping mechanisms, but to get I don't want to even say cure, but to treat to treat mental illnesses and any sort of any sort of disabilities mental-wise to try to treat it more on a holistic level, or not even holistic, without using medicine. That's how they explained it to me. So when I was looking, okay, do I want to be a psychiatrist, even though the psychiatrist made more money? I was like, or do I want to be a psychologist? And me not being a person that like medicine, I don't want to be in a job where I'm prescribing medicine to people. So I stuck to psychology. Now, why is this important? During that time, it was focused on physical things. Like, so for instance, if you suffer with, I'm going to just use it bipolar. I'm just picking out a name. You suffer with bipolar disorder. In the field of psychology at the time, it was more or less like, oh, well, how about instead of going straight to medicine, let's find any other alternative ways to kind of get you to, cope through your bipolar disorder and maybe even help you to better live your life through it. So it could be like, we'll do your talent. So let's say you like painting. Painting is a form of therapy. You know what I'm saying? Or you like singing. Singing is a form of therapy. It was about finding alternative ways outside of science. But it seems like right toward when I was getting my degree, things started shifting in the field of psychology to gender affirming. And I'm not going to lie, from there, it went to medicine. Also around this time, I don't know if it was happening before, but I started to notice that therapists and counselors were started to be on even playing fields as psychologists. Whereas one point, even though they still had their thing, it was a psychologist had a different level of credentials. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? But then when I started realizing they put them all on an even playing field, I started realizing the curriculum changed. And when the curriculum changed, the ideals change, meaning it went from let's find a way to cure what we might feel be wrong with you to just saying, no, it's nothing wrong with you. Actually, we're going to accept it. And then we're going to throw medicine at it. That's what made me get out of the field of psychology, because I was like, I came in for one purpose, and right toward the end of this stuff, it completely shifted. But right around that time, because I graduated in 2018 with my psychology degree. Yeah, 18, I think. Don't give me the line. But right after 18, remember what happened? COVID. So then COVID popped off, and then medicine all over start diluting. You know what I'm saying? So the doctors that were saying one thing started flipping and saying another thing. You can even see in certain medical field professionals, you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't even make sense for you to be saying this. At one point in time, it was rare to find a doctor who was going to be 100% honest with you. It was rare because it was like everybody jumped on whatever the new literature promoted. So if the new literature promoted medicine, everybody was just promoting medicine. Nobody second guessed it. And this is also when I found, no shade, because I was dating this doctor dude around this time. He's an actual physician. And I remember I stopped liking him because he kept prescribing people, pregnant women, to get the COVID shot. And I remember I asked him, I said, hey, just out of curiosity, I said, you don't think that until we get enough research done on this COVID shot, that we should at least keep it away from pregnant women? You know what I'm saying? And this is a physician, a very, very, very intelligent physician. I adore him down to the ground to this day. But he was caught up in the matrix. He said, I trust the science. He said that. Even though he said it, I felt out of his voice, he didn't mean it, but he felt like he had to because he got caught up in the matrix of the system of it all. Now, why is this important? Once I started noticing what's going on in my personal life around medicine and all that stuff, I started paying more attention on the macro level. And I started seeing that it wasn't just people I know personally. This is happening in real life. So how do we get here? I get it. Trans women want to feel like they are just anybody else, like the rest of everybody. And I agree, they should. They should have all rights, legalities, and everything. And guess what? If they want to be a woman, then God damn it, be a woman. I could care less. You feel what I'm saying? I think the problem became an issue. I think this became an issue, when this agenda became an agenda, because that's what it was. And went from we just want to be accepted to let's force it on the kids. And not only let's force it on the kids, let's force it on the women. Now we're going to go into women's spaces and tell actual women that we're women as well. And not only that we're women as well, that y'all need to follow our trends. You need to follow our lingo. You need to and that's why I said skirt. Hell no. And this is the worst part. I keep telling y'all, shout out to the LGBTQ plus community. You are being used like they use the rest of us. They use us at the bottom, the black people at the bottom, to push the momentum and the energy behind the cause. And the only people that are going to benefit are the people at the top. So all these black trans women who windmilling with their head down, even the gays and the L's, that's windmilling with their head down for these causes, I'm here to tell you now, you will not see one benefit of that. Not one. So windmill as you may, and not just the LGBTQ, black people as well with politics, black people as well with all the rest of this stuff, religion, all of this stuff, y'all putting y'all energy in, you will not receive one benefit from it. Not one. I'm just waiting for y'all to catch up to that. But we back to the science. Once I saw that, it started bleeding into trans women are damn near more women than actual women. And then it went from that to, I'm not going to even acknowledge that a biological male born is a biological male. Now we're going to just completely forget that actual science that y'all claim should be non-negotiable is real. So you mean to tell me if I have a kid, and I'm not trying to go too far, but if I had a kid and he was born a male and that kid decided later on to transition, that I have to now forget that that child was born a male? That's insane. Not only do I have to forget, I have to completely restructure my thought to make this person something that I know that I feel is not. And I'm not saying me, I'm just saying that's how a lot of people feel. This is a direct threat on medicine, not on the trans stuff, not even on the people who are on the other side of it. The craziest part and the biggest threat on this is actual medicine. Because if you can't come up to say, I'll say this, if you can't come to terms with the most logical basis of thesis of science, then how can I trust you with any portion of my life or any portion of my health? But I told y'all the hospitals are not making money for you to come in there and get cured. They're making money for you to get treated and continue to be sick. But when I saw this video with this lady and this man was asking her, can biological men have babies? And she refused to answer. I'm telling you, it made me want to take so much better care of myself so that I don't have to be in and out these people's hospitals. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm not saying that hospitals are all bad, and shout out to all people who work in hospitals and thank you for your service, because I couldn't do it. I'm going to be honest. I could not work in no hospital. So thank everybody who work at a hospital for your service. But I'm going to be completely honest. I've said this before. The old folks was on to something when they never wanted to go in them hospitals. They knew something that we obviously don't know. We've been tricked to believe in this medicine, lock, stock, and barrel, believe in this science, all for us to find out in 2026, even the science is capped. And the people that they put in front of us to take care of us are literally here to kill us. And you know what else I noticed too, and we're going to get right into it. Is it just me, but especially for Black Americans, they always put a foreigner on you as a doctor. I hadn't had a clear doctor in Lord knows how long. It's always an Arab, an Asian. It's like they're giving these people science projects. Like every one of us they get is a new science project. Like, ooh, a Black American woman. Ooh, that's why when you go there and say, oh, my arm hurt, they won't send you the x-ray. X-ray? Well, I think I got a little acne. Can you prescribe me something for acne? Oh, we got to test for cancer. Cancer? I just had some pimples. Oh, no, but you see, we just did some new testing. And the new medicine says that acne could be the first sign of cancer. So we're going to go ahead on and screen you for cancer. You wonder why? Because you're literally a science project to these people. Anyways, it's just weird. Let's get into this man asking this lady about biological science. It says at the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions abortion pills hearing on Wednesday, Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri asked Dr. Nisha Verma, who provides reproductive care, can men get pregnant at least 10 times? Now, this lady provides reproductive care. And let me tell you the back door they try to use. Because she's going to say, well, I treat people of all kinds. Yes, you treat people of all kinds, and these people identify with different things. But it doesn't matter what they identify with. You're supposed to be strict on science. It's supposed to be science is facts and everything else is up for feelings. And if science is facts and everything else is up for feelings, why is it hard for you to say that a biological man cannot get pregnant? Regardless to who these people or what these people say when they sit in your chair, you are supposed to follow the science. And this is why I say, Black America, keep your health up and take care of yourself, because I'm telling you, we are in for it. Let's get into it. Oh, let me unmute it. Sorry.
Your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics.
Absolutely.
So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
can men get pregnant?
Many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that
remember, science is supposed to rule a nation with a doctor. Identity is a social construct. Identity, meaning the way that people see me or the way that I want to be seen. That's identity. It is a social construct. For instance, if I want to be seen as earthly and spiritual, I'll probably grow some locks and take off the makeup and kind of go more natural because that's the way I want to be perceived. That's my identity. It doesn't matter about that when it comes to science because science is science. All that other stuff is fluff. She can't even fix her lips to just stick to the science. That's a problem.
Don't identify as women.
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying.
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
no, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence. And I'm asking you, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor. And you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
this is extraordinary.
Male with
no, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
Again, I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask, I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men. We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label. Another fact.
Pause before he move on, because remember, this is important. This lady is in charge of medicine, reproductive health. She's also creating an abortion pill. So if she doesn't understand the difference between a biological male and the biological woman, how can she create an abortion pill? Or at least push it. And then on top of that, you're pushing the pill on who? Who you think gonna get them pills she pushing? I'll wait. Who you think them? He said 11% chance of them pills jacking you up. I just have a question. Who you think they gonna get them pills to? Who neighborhood you think they gonna drop them off? Thank you, Sonia. Right to us. And then we gonna pop out with hair loss. We gonna pop out with fibroids. We gonna pop the black women, not just any woman, black women. We gonna pop out with the cancers. We gonna pop out with the breast cancers. We gonna pop out with the thyroids and the fibroids. You get it? Are you tracking? I need everybody to drop a 3 when you understand what I'm trying to tell you. These people are making this medicine with one group of people in mind. Remember, these are all foreigners. First of all, remember, everybody is a foreigner except you. These people are making these medications, literally looking at us like science project. Our elders, they go down to the hospital for one thing. Next thing you know, elder healthy, but they want to work on this, work on that. It's a science project. You all are a bunch of Henrietta Lacks to these people. Mind you, in the midst of that, they want you gone. So now this lady who can't tell you the difference between a man and a woman is creating an abortion pill. And who just got brand ambassador? Hold on. Because see, y'all like to be happy about her opening up a Popeye's chicken. But bitch, I ain't ate at Popeye's in 10 years. So I could care less. Hold on. Because we about to tie it up. We about to tie it up. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all. Because while they sitting up here discussing this birth control pill, nope, it's not birth control. While they sitting up here discussing this abortion pill, I know who abortions are pushed to. I know that there's only one group of people that are pushed, that is pushed through doggone abortion. Hold on, let's go over here. Tamika Mallory, Maxine Waters, all of these people following behind this girl, Meg Thee Stallion, and she's the one over there at Planned Parenthood getting all the awards. Where that video at of her getting that award at Planned Parenthood? Here you go. Here you go. Megan Thee Stallion will be honored by Planned Parenthood for being an extraordinary advocate. It says, congrats are in order for Megan Thee Stallion as she is slated to be honored by the Planned Parenthood of Greater New York. The organization says Meg was picked because they feel her music and performances have shined a light on women's empowerment, mental health, and social justice. And this is a quote from Meg. As an outspoken advocate for women's rights in Planned Parenthood, Megan has used her global platform to draw attention to the organization's mission and work. They in here discussing the Planned Parenthood, all right? Them white folks is over there discussing an abortion pill that I know coming straight to me. And who they got as their brand ambassador? Who they got as their brand ambassador? Who's going to push Planned Parenthood to my people so that they can go get this abortion pill that's 11% likelihood of them losing their goddamn life? Have y'all ever put those 2 and 2 together? Because I've been put it together. So now she gets the award for being the Planned Parenthood ambassador. She is going to push the Planned Parenthood's mission. And they over here arguing about abortion pills that the white folks ain't going to see. That shit coming out of our neighborhood. But let them finish cooking, though. Let them finish cooking. Hold on.
You haven't acknowledged, and yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients. And I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women. And I want this to be clear. And
before we move on, I just want to address this. T. Reed says that T. Reed brought up the anomalies, and that's something I noticed they did during this last election. The Democrats love to bring up the onesie twosies and push them to the front like it's the norm. I am all for pro whatever the hell you want to do. If you got pregnant and you decided tomorrow, not you, T. Reed, but if a woman got pregnant and decided tomorrow that she wanted to get an abortion, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm all for that. But what we're not going to do is mislead the people by taking the very, very, very small percentage of things and making it magnified to the people as if, oh my God, y'all need to be scared of this. And this is going to push people into pushing for these rights. Because what I understand is under these rights is a way to kill us all. They trying to kill us all. But they done tricked us to believe it's our right. Women's rights. So while we sitting up here windmilling with our head down for these rights, it's the right for them to put this poison in our body and kill us. It's your right, though. I ain't trying to take it from you. But what I'm saying is do the research instead of repeating things that y'all done heard other people on the internet say. And what you'll find is that small little bit minute of people that have the DNCs and all that stuff have zero to do, or at least very little to do with the mass majority. And we're not going to change the scope for the minimal. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to change this whole thing up for the least that affects the most. It just doesn't make sense. These people is playing with y'all. But again, I just suggest that we kind of go more natural, more holistic ways. I think we need to be more responsible in our sexual lives and all that stuff. Be more intentional with reproductive rights and all that stuff. And not even reproductive right. Be more intentional with the way that we reproduce, period. We can't just be out here willy-nilly and using these systems for our backups, because what we're not understanding is, and I tell y'all this all the time, y'all don't know what else they taking up out of you when you get that abortion. And then you don't even know what they doing with the fetus or the placenta. You don't know what they doing. You don't know if they putting something up you or pulling more up out of you. And this is not from a place of judgment. I'm just saying, I just think that if we were smart, we would try to back away a little bit and try to find more holistic ways to deal with this stuff. Because as we can see, all of this stuff is coming to the light. All of the stuff that these people been doing has been coming to the light. And as it pertains to Meg Thee Stallion, y'all wonder why I don't dislike all celebrities, but you see them ones that take their time to just do a bunch of advertising to my people. And I know the things that they advertising to my people is to their detriment. I don't like them. So for all of you in the bike, I will never like Meg Thee Stallion. I will never like her, because I understand exactly what Meg Thee Stallion is doing. Megan Thee Stallion is lining her pockets and making sure she's straight at the detriment of us all. She don't mind being honored by Planned Parenthood. That don't affect her. She ain't down there. It's me and you. So if you love Meg more than you love yourself, that's cool. But I don't think that I don't love Megan more than I love me or the collective. I just don't. The bitch ain't made a good enough song for me to even contemplate on loving her more. I'm just saying, at least if it was Michael Jackson, I could sit down and say, well, let me think about it. You feel what I'm saying? Prince, well, let me ponder on it. You know what I'm saying? But Meg Thee Stallion, bitch, please. That who ain't did nothing but twerk. Girl, bye. Be careful with this medicine, y'all. Be careful. If your doctor don't know the difference between a man and a woman, your ass need to be running somewhere else. And this has nothing to do with phobia or anything like that, because, again, I'm pro everybody. But I don't want to be in front of no doctor who's slow enough to not be able to know that I'm a woman and I got different needs and different. Yeah, you can't treat me. Yeah, you can't treat me like the TS. You can't. And if I'm in a doctor's office and they believe that they can, I'm running the other way. As you should too. Let's move on, y'all. Get the likes up on the video. These clears, I'm telling y'all, man, the Most High and the ancestors is exposing so much to us, stuff that we could see right in front of our face. We don't have to go far to see it. I'm sorry. We don't have to go far to see it. He literally putting this shit on blast, even with the church. The church has been in shambles since Drewski did that damn skit. And it's because Drewski, you know what it dawned on me? Because remember, the prophet Cat Williams came and told us in 2024 that all lives will be exposed because we are in this age of Aquarius. Speaking of age of Aquarius, y'all remember that song? This is the dawn of Aquarius, age of Aquarius. It was in like the 80s or something, or 70s. Anyway, he came and told us that all lives will be exposed, and we thought this was going to be just for the year 2024. No. This is for all years beyond that and after that. You know what I'm saying? So please be mindful that you're in this age of Aquarius and the Most High is putting everything on blast. The ancestors in the universe is working overtime to show you niggas. Now, this is the craziest part. The ancestors been showing y'all niggas like crazy, all types of stuff. And it's a lot of y'all. I didn't share it. And the universe and the ancestors popping you in the back of the head, knocking y'all across the side. And this you, I didn't share it. And you know what? At some point, the ancestors in the universe just gonna back up and say, you know what? This nigga crazy. I'm not about to put all this on this. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna move around. But I'm telling y'all now, they showing y'all everything you need to know. And this is the worst part. The enemy have inserted AI. That's why a lot of the shit y'all see, what y'all be saying, but it's AI. I can't wait till my girl, please. I wish somebody would come out with me. AI. And y'all better believe me like y'all believe everybody else. Like y'all believe everybody else. Okay. But anyway, no, be careful though. Y'all seeing a lot, even in your personal life, a lot is being exposed. This is very important. Now, I want to move on to this Georgia lady. So this lady in Atlanta, Marietta, I live down the street, right? I don't live in Atlanta, but I live up the street. You know, I could be up there in about 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Easy. But I hadn't been up there since before 2020. I'm going to be honest. The only time I go up to Atlanta, if I'm going to the airport, I don't want no parts of that city for multiple reasons. However, what I do notice the last time I even went up there through the airport is it's a different world. It's a different world from where you come from. Listen, I don't give a damn what city you done been in America. Houston don't have nothing on Atlanta. Do you hear me? It literally is a different world. I told y'all Atlanta was Sodom and Gomorrah, girl. I told y'all not listening to me. Okay? So, when you go to Atlanta, it feels different. It smells different. The vibes and the energy is off. It's just a bunch of BBLs, broke ass niggas with labels in restaurants that you got to pay to park. You feel what I'm saying? But I noticed that because it's a different world, the advertisement is different. Like, I'll give you an example. Say you were a police officer, or let's go algorithm wise. Let's say you like for instance, Miss Parker like watching them cop videos on YouTube where the police be pulling them over and all that. She stay calling me talking about, girl, you got to talk about this video. I'm like, girl, I ain't worried about that. The point is, the reason why, okay, Miss Parker liking those videos, her algorithm is going to flood her with nothing but cop videos because the algorithm sees, oh, snap, she likes this, so let me feed her more. It's the same thing inside of Atlanta. They understand that the people love a good BBL and a Lypo. So everywhere you go, billboards, commercials, girl, newsstands, bitch, car bumpers, everywhere you go, everybody either have a BBL or Lypo or they're selling you a BBL or Lypo. It is not like this in any other city in America. And it's because the culture in that world, in that sub-world in Atlanta, is we all want BBLs and we all want Lypo. I even saw something about a liquid BBL. I said, what? I didn't even go into it. But yes, you can now get a liquid BBL. Girl, I ain't never heard that. Y'all letting them people pump anything in y'all. But at any rate, because it's so widely promoted, more women in Atlanta tend to get it. I'm glad I don't live in there because I probably would have been got some lipo at some point. I'm tired of this LaFupa. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I'm out of there because I'm going to just work on my LaFupa. I'm going to just do my little sit-ups or whatever. So many black women, not just in Atlanta, but so many black women have fallen victim to these cosmetic surgery places. And y'all don't understand that these people are federal agents. You wonder why black women can go in these places and literally die and nothing happens, because these people are here. This is what I believe. I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I believe they're here to apply that Lypo and all of that BBL. And I think they are extracting more than they're putting in. And the things that they are extracting is not for your good. Now, I don't know what they doing with this stuff. Remember Henrietta Lacks? They literally used her stem cells to understand cancer and to cure it. So you just thinking, take the fat out, now realizing you don't know what the hell they got going on. And it's the worst part. After they do all of this, somebody get unfortunately killed or whatever, you'll see the media come out and say, oh no, that wasn't on us. That was when they went to the recovery house or when they went to get a massage, and everybody just go on about their business. And this is the craziest part, because people are so addicted to social media and the way that they are perceived by others on social media that they will lose and risk life and limb to go get these surgeries, not knowing or caring about the results. You ever tried to talk to a black woman? I don't know about no white women, but you ever tried to talk to a black woman who's about to go get surgery? Don't. If you've never spoken to a black woman who has made her mind up about surgery, do not waste your energy. Don't do it. Them hoes be more determined, girl, than the little engine that could. Do you hear me? And will fight you behind it. And then flip it and say you jealous. I'm not attacking nobody. I'm just telling y'all the tea. But you windmilling for a procedure that was set up to kill you. That's all I'm saying. So now this lady in Atlanta, this young lady went to Marietta, got lipo, and she died. She died. Her family lost her. Fortunately enough for the family, though, they were able to sue the company or the doctor's office or whatever that was. Do you think that these people went to jail? Absolutely not. They just shut down and went somewhere else. When y'all figure out that they're agents all around you, you will move differently. Let's get into this story of this lady in Marietta who literally lost her life and her family ended up winning money, or at least through the lawsuit. It says neighbors get into this. This is so messed up. Recently, a family in Georgia was granted $52 million in damages after their loved one died while receiving a BBL and liposuction procedure at a clinic in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Unfortunately, they claim they'll never see the money since the clinic didn't have the insurance in the first place. Back in December 2019, Doris Jordan underwent a liposuction and BBL cosmetic procedure at Say Bello. During the surgery, the clinic allegedly ran out of anesthesia, causing Doris to lose oxygen into her brain. According to court documents, the clinic did not call paramedics until 19 minutes after they realized she didn't have a pulse and wasn't breathing. She unfortunately died the next day from brain damage. Miss Jordan was not breathing, and when they went to see if she was getting any oxygen through the tubes in her nose, they ran the line and realized the end of the plastic tube was not connected to any oxygen because they didn't have any oxygen in the facility. The lawyer Moses Kim said to ANFF. Doris's husband, James, was able to sue the clinic for wrongful death, in which a judge recently awarded him $52 million in damages, $16 million in damages, and $30 million for wrongful death. The bad part about the judgment is, since the clinic did not have insurance, James and his family most likely will never see that money because the owners of the clinic simply don't have it. We didn't even get $1, Jordan said. We lost her and we don't even get answers we're seeking. I want my wife back. The money doesn't compensate for what she did for me and our family. I just hope people get this and look into it seriously because these pop-up clinics are not all they appear to be on the surface, he said. Now, we're going to get into it. They are everywhere all over the city of Atlanta. And I'm pretty sure they're over Houston, New Orleans, and everywhere else. But everybody just want to be fine on Instagram because y'all don't even be that fine in real life. Oops, let's get into it.
A woman went in for liposuction surgery, never came back home. A Gwinnett County judge just awarded her family, the family of Doris Jordan, $52 million in a medical malpractice lawsuit. Atlanta News First senior reporter Patrick Quinn is live along Sugarloaf Parkway in Lawrenceville. And Patrick, that clinic is now gone, but the family says they are still looking for justice.
Right, that cosmetic surgery clinic, it has since closed. It used to be located in this strip mall behind me. The family tells me that that clinic, it was not insured. And so of that $52 million in damages just awarded to them, the family says they will not see the far majority of that. And their message tonight, if you're getting cosmetic surgery here in the state of Georgia, do your homework. Your life depends on it.
What I want my wife back.
It's been 6 years of agony for James Jordan, who now lives in Florida, after his wife Doris Jordan died after getting liposuction and a Brazilian butt lift at a cosmetic surgery clinic in Lawrenceville. That clinic, say Bello, has since closed. According to the state, it dissolved a year after Doris's death. And just last month, a Gwinnett County judge awarded Jordan's family $52 million in damages. But according to the family's lawyer, the clinic was not insured. And James said he has nearly nothing to show for his wife's death.
We don't even get $1. So, I mean, we're suffering on both ends. We don't get compensated for her death.
So what happened? Jordan's attorney, Moses Kim, said during the procedure, the clinic ran out of anesthesia. He said things only got worse after that.
Miss Jordan was not breathing. And when they went to see if she was getting any oxygen through the tubes in her nose, they ran the line and realized the end of the plastic tube wasn't connected to any oxygen because they didn't have any oxygen in the facility.
According to court documents, the clinic did not call 911 until 19 minutes after they realized Doris did not have a pulse and was not breathing. She died the next day. I called the doctor involved, Dr. Kanye Willis. According to the family's attorney, she reached a separate settlement with the family. And when asked about her role in the incident, I just want to see if you had a comment on this case and your role in it.
Not at this time.
The owner of Say Bello, according to court documents, is John Holmes. In records acquired by Atlanta News First, he used to own a place called Butts Gone Wild in the same Lawrenceville complex. We tried to reach him, but he did not pick up.
The malpractice that occurred began before the surgery ever started. This was a disaster waiting to happen by the way that this aesthetic center was put together.
Kim and James Jordan now urging everyone, do your due diligence. Check to see if the clinic is insured, if doctors are certified, if staff are full-time, before going under for cosmetic surgery.
I just hope people get this and look into it seriously, because these pop-up clinics are not all they appear to be on the surface.
Lawrenceville, a woman went in for liposuction.
I have a few things I want to say. The first thing I was thinking is, which I already knew the answer, but a lot of y'all like, how can they operate without insurance? The bigger question is, who would allow them to operate without insurance? And the reason I know they had to be allowed is because all they were was sued. Ain't nobody go to jail. Nobody. So that means whoever this John Holmes is who opened up this business, he know the right people. And whoever them people is, don't mind if he kill a bitch or two. They don't care. Remember, I told y'all, you are the experiment. You are the Dr. They the Dr. Frankenstein, bitch, and you is the dummy. That I don't know how y'all not missing. Where am I going wrong with that message? Y'all missing it. They send you things that you think you want. So they advertise BBLs and you go, oh snap, I would love to have some lipo. I know I did it. And then we go find these places thinking that these places have to be legit because this is America. They wouldn't allow people to just open up any random clinics because America don't play like that. Yes, they do with you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. America plays all types of games when it comes to you and me. So how could they do this? How could they do that? That's a great question. After you ask that question, if you're not exploring an answer to it, then don't ask. Because the reason why they can do it is because the powers that be allow them to. They didn't give a damn about this man getting no $52 million judgment because the judge and the people above him knew them niggas wasn't going to see a penny of it no way. And let me say this too. I heard people saying, sir, why didn't you take your wife to the gym? Sir, why did you let her go? I'm going to get on the men's side this time. Don't do that. Black women are the worst when it comes to them having their mind made up. I've been in BBL groups on Facebook. Them hoes was losing 20-year marriages behind these BBLs. Once they get it in their mind that they want a BBL, Jesus can't talk these hoes out of it. So we not gonna put it on the husband that he should have went to the gym with his wife, because we as black women know once we want something, can't nobody come between it. It is nobody's fault if we're going to label fault here. The only person that would be at fault, to be honest, and I hate to say it like this, would be the person who decided to go down there to the clinic. Yes, girl, I seen people getting rid of 20. Let me tell y'all a story. So right when I said I wanted a BBL, a girl I used to know, she put me on this BBL Facebook group because we both was thinking about it. I just wanted a little lipo and a booty. You know, my titties is already, you know, they do their thing, or whatever the case may be. So we went into this lipo BBL room on Facebook. I'm still in it to this day, and I'll never forget it. I was so anxious. I just wanted to see people's results and all that stuff, and I started paying attention to the comments. There were women in the comments talking about, people were making posts. Oh, woman, oh, black woman, don't worry about it. You about to lose your man. You about to lose your husband. It don't matter how long y'all been together. Because see, after you get this BBL, you about to level up. And the reason why these men is mad at you is because they know you about to level up. Don't let that man stop you from leveling up, sis. And they had people in the comments, I swear to God, Most High can strike me down if I'm lying. They had people in the comments saying, girl, I left my husband of 12 years. Sure did. I told that nigga I wanted to feel good about myself, and he told me talking about he wanted to make sure I'm safe. I ain't worried about him. And I went and got my BBL, and it was hundreds and hundreds of black women that was liking this. And I'm over here saying, oh my God. The reverse psychology trick done worked out so damn well that these women are even encouraging each other to lead long-term relationships. So this is what I know to be a fact. Once them black women get it in their head that they want a BBL, Jesus Christ can't come off the cross and talk these hoes out of it. This ain't nobody's fault but the woman who looked that shit up and go down under them hospitals and let them people play on you. I gotta be honest. And I don't mean to call her, say nothing about that lady, because God bless the dead. But she gone. She gone. But I'm telling you now, black women, accountability is gonna have to come into play here. Everything ain't everybody else's fault. Some of this shit is our fault. I get it. We the most disrespected. We the most jacked up. And people do us a job. I know. I live it every day. But some of this shit is our fault. The BBLs, that's all on us. That's on us. We can't blame nobody. Because I remember at one time, men was coming out in droves saying we don't even like the BBLs no more. They had women telling the men, shut your ass up. You just a hater. I said, I'll be damned. They had women in the comments telling real men, we don't care what you want. So the BBL craze belongs to black women. That accountability belongs on us. And yes, the Kardashians started it. And I hated that black women followed a white woman. Followed her right into hell. Because she went and got her booty taken off. You get it? At any rate, this lady, people, like I said, her husband, they sued the company. Them people knew that he wasn't going to get no money. So they didn't mind him going out there suing the company, wasting his money and his time. That John Holmes man will never see a day in jail for this because they're all in on it. I keep telling y'all, everybody's in on this big ass joke except you. You the only one walking around blind. So the man ain't gonna go to jail because I'm pretty sure somebody who got more money and more status than him don't want him to go to jail. He probably just gonna close it down over there and go to another part of Atlanta and open up a new shop. I remember at one time they had dentists giving out lipo. It got bad. After all COVID, they had dentists go and get license to give out lipo, and women was going, let the dentist give them lipo. That was big for me. I said, yeah, I know I want to have a fat ass, but bitch, I ain't never wanted one that bad, bitch. You feel me? Hey, don't get me started on the turly teats. I tell people all the time, if I had to tell you, if I pulled everybody in this chat 20 years ago and said, hey, in 20 years, people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s gonna take their fake teeth, gonna take their real teeth and cover them up with fake teeth, dentures. If I told y'all this shit 20 years ago, y'all would want to slap me. Look where we at. Everybody got fake teeth. Having a gap in your teeth, oh my God, that's frowned upon. Oh God. You got crooked teeth. Everybody got the turly teeth. Everybody got turly teeth. Everybody walking around with permanent dentures. If I told you that 5 years ago, you'd slap me. I've seen stranger things. You get it? You get it? I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like my little gap at the bottom of my teeth. I've always hated that little gap. But bitch, I don't want no turly teeth neither. So we gonna gap this thing out. You get it? And then furthermore, I like imperfectness on people. Like, I think it's cute. I've always thought it was handsome when dudes have a straight top, you know, they top teeth straight, and they have bottom teeth that's a little crowded. I always thought that was cute. Or like when the boys back in school, when we was in middle school, you remember how the boys used to have a teeth that grow on top of their teeth? Probably because this boy I had a crush on. I just thought that was just so cute. I've always been in love with people imperfectness. It's weird. I don't know. Anyways, be careful, black women. You don't need a fat ass that bad. We could go work out. Let's start back working out. We got to get back to holistic stuff, you know? They say they don't shave the teeth down no more, girl. I know at first when they was getting the turly teeth, everybody was getting their teeth shaved down. But they say they don't do that no more. They say, nah, they just put them on top. And it's the worst part. Y'all want to know why people be having that the bad breath? Is because they don't even take care of the health of their teeth under the veneers. They just put the veneers on top and roll with that. And that's a problem. All right, let's move into, girl, let's go over here by Caresha. Why is people playing with Caresha? Why is Caresha playing with us? Girl, Caresha, Young Miami dropped some trash, right? And when she dropped the trash, people was like, Young Miami, please, just don't drop nothing else. Just leave it where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And Young Miami felt like, no, y'all just hating on me. And y'all know I'm really that girl. But the fact of the matter is, Young Miami was never that girl. You know what I'm saying? I like Caresha, but Caresha was just the prettier girl out of the two. She was never that girl, you know, with the rap, at least not in the music industry. So ever since her and that other girl who over there with that punk, JT, ever since they split, JT be putting out her little songs and her little songs be bopping or whatever. But when it come down to Caresha, she just can't get right. Even when she was over there with Diddy, she just couldn't get right. Well, she tried to drop a little snippet of the song, girl. What she had to look. Girl, look at Caresha went over there, had them people thinking she was about to drop. First of all, black women, sometimes y'all hang around with too many punks and y'all get to speaking punkanese. Y'all get to speaking punkanese. Let me tell you what I mean. All Caresha do is hang around Saucy all day and all night. And I'm pretty sure it's another Saucy somewhere. So that's why when this hoe went into the booth to drop some beats, instead of that hoe dropping some heat, that hoe was in here going, it's tea. It's tea. And you know it's tea. It's tea. And I'm over here saying, bitch, what? Oh, Caresha, you looked at it and sounded so bad. Let's get into a little bit. That's what I'm telling you. Y'all got to find a healthy balance. Y'all got to start finding a healthy balance. Look at Caresha.
2 fingers touching. Yeah.
Caresha, please. You know how starting.
Wait, this girl. I wanted to see. Look. Wait. I wanted to go back to the girl saying, you see them 2 fingers touching?
Hey, when you see them 2 fingers touching. Yeah. I'm just some real fine shit. All you bitches.
Yeah. Caresha. You know it's tea when you see these 2 fingers touching. It remind me of that. Remember when what's his name from with Shamari and her husband from that Boys to Men, from that group, and they was on there doing this. You know it's tea when you see them two fingers touching. Shamari with Biv, Biv DeVoe, one of the boys, DeVoe. Girl, you looked it and sounded so bad. And then you premiered that like we was going to be like, oh my God. Bitch, ain't nobody about to be in no club doing this. Bitch, what this is? She sounded bad. Horrible even. Well, the people had begged Caresha. They said, Caresha, please stop putting this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? The people said, Caresha, please, if you can, if you don't do nothing for the year 2026, please don't release this album. But Caresha didn't want to hear all of that because Caresha said, y'all be hating. So Caresha responded and said, girl, it just got to grow on you. She said, it just got to grow on you. Just keep listening and doing this. You see what I'm saying? And the people were saying, Caresha, we don't want to do that though. Caresha, we don't want to do this in the club. We don't want to do it. Caresha, take it back. Caresha said, I'm not taking it back because y'all are going to accept this music. So girl, that's what she came out with. Well, shortly after that, I'm sorry, them people had to drag her down to the ground on Twitter and said, Caresha, we swear to God, if you put this out, we come around your house. The people had started damn near threatening Caresha because at this point they felt like that she was trying to they felt like Caresha was really trying to wound them in a way. You know, it felt like more of an attack than a release of an album, you know. So the people decided to just send her threatening messages, and Caresha had this to say to everybody who hating and everybody who don't want to hear her album.
Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna just drop the fucking song. Fuck you, cause I'm ready to get in the field. I'm ready to get in the field like y'all playing on my top. Hey, so tomorrow, I think I'm gonna just drop the fucking song. Fuck you, cause I'm ready to get in the field. I'm ready to get in the field like y'all playing on my top. Hey.
Caresha said, fuck y'all. Y'all gonna get this music, bitch. And you know what? At this point, I'm on Caresha's side. Y'all gonna get this album and you better go down there and buy it. Caresha said she don't care what you want. Sometimes you don't know what you want, and she know. Caresha is dropping the album. She said if y'all come around her house, she calling the police. She not about to go back and forth and tongue wrestle with none of y'all. The album is coming. Now, I had never planned on listening to any part of it, and I still don't plan on listening to it. But Caresha, please, if you can, after you drop this album, go into hiding, girl, because them people want your head for you trying to give us this album. We don't want it. But Caresha want to force it on us, so I guess we got to get it. Y'all let me know how the album go. Because Caresha said what she said. Say it one more time, read. One more time, read.
I'm ready to get in the field like y'all playing on my top. Hey, so tomorrow, I think I'm gonna just drop the fucking song. Fuck you, cause I'm ready to get in the field. I'm ready to get in the field like y'all playing on my top. Hey, so
I like it. I think she should drop it, and I think y'all should buy it because, I mean, if she don't believe in her, bitch, who else gonna believe in that girl? Let's move on, Caresha. You looked it so good, but so bad at the same time, girl. You looked it so good, and yet and still you looked it so bad, girl. I just don't know. I never understood how people could embody the same spirit at the same time, girl. At any rate, let's move on. Did y'all see Iyanla Fix My Life? So Iyanla went on I heard her show coming back. Is that true? Is Iyanla really coming back? Now, y'all know the word on the street was, I didn't say it, but you know the word on the street was Iyanla left over there by the OWN network because Oprah and them was over there robbing her blind, girl. That's what they said. Now, listen, this is all a rumor because I wasn't there. Well, technically I was, but I wasn't all the way there. But the people were saying that Iyanla and her son had to get the hell up out of there because Oprah was pimping them out, baby. They said Iyanla was working like a dog day in and day out. And Oprah was over there paying that lady in Lunchables. So they said Iyanla had to go. You feel what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm with T. Iyanla. I would have went too, bitch, because I don't give a damn if y'all like Oprah or not. That hoe not paying me. Okay? So, fast forward. Iyanla left, we went in shambles, bitch. everything was going crazy. All of the black people that had crazy issues, we were saying, Iyanla, please come back. Iyanla, please, please, please. Iyanla. And Iyanla was saying, I'm going to sit my little bald head ass right here and chill. Because Iyanla said she done wept in too many bushes and she done gave us too much advice and niggas still got a hard head. I don't blame Iyanla. I would have told us the same thing. If I was Iyanla and y'all was calling me saying, Iyanla, please come back, I'll come out here and tell y'all go to hell too. Because I done gave y'all 20 years worth of advice and you niggas ain't got no better. At least that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Iyanla decided she was going to come on back. Welcome back to Iyanla. Let's get her on here. She's coming back. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. I don't know if she under the own network or not. Hopefully she got her own network. Don't let it go over your head. But either way, she's bike and she went on the Breakfast Club to speak to them about some, I don't know. And she started talking about lady balls. Now, I haven't watched this video, but I'm pretty positive, or I can guess. I can assume that she's going to talk about women who are over masculine with men. Now, let me just say this. She's going to tell Jess Hilarious that she has what's it called? Lady balls. But one thing I learned, what's that skinny girl? What's that skinny girl who used to be on Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff? She funny looking. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She used to be with Superman, but then she had got that boy who we all said was a punk. What's the girl name? She used to be a comedian. She buku skinny. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Either way, she had came out and said that her boyfriend or she don't mind dating a bisexual man. Lala. There go Lala. That's what I was talking about. Lala. She said she don't mind going date a loose-wristed boy. She said because all her men be feminine. So I'm assuming that like K. Nicole and Lala Milan and Super, no shade. Shout out to Super because Super going through it right now. But you know, these girls go get real soft-ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm the type of girl, I know I can come off as if I have lady balls, but I swear to God, I am the most soft-spoken. Like I'm an ignorant fool, like as far as like me joking and stuff. But when it comes to femininity in the presence of a man, I'm like, I like to be protected. I'm that girl. I'm an old school bitch. Yeah, y'all want feminism, not me, bitch. I want a man with monions to take care of me. Oh yes, bitch. I want to pop out 4-5 churn to make sure that money lasts. I'm not like y'all. I know I be on here talking like this, but if I'm right in front of the right man, bitch, I'm like, hello. Hi. Drinking my tea like this. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I noticed these girls get these feminine ass dudes, and it's because they operate in a lot of masculine energy. And I think that's what Iyanla is talking about when she say a man with lady balls. Now, I'm going to just be honest, or a woman with lady balls. I don't get off on men who I feel like I can punk or I feel like are soft. Not sensitive. And sometimes sensitive can be a lot too. But I don't like no soft ass man. I told y'all I like my man medium ugly who could work on stuff with his hands. If he know how to fix a car or could do some stuff around his house, girl, I'm getting moist thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I don't like no soft ass nigga and I don't like no pretty ass nigga. But these girls go get them. I think that's what Iyanla's talking about. But let's get into it, y'all. Like the video.
Balls. Lady balls.
Does Jess have lady balls?
What?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, cool. Now, but we gotta understand that lady balls and testicles are different.
Break that down.
Okay, because testicles.
That's what I'm looking for.
Thank you. Now
so
you just
much.
said everything you see ain't what you see. Now what you say?
Now, well, the hair you see on testicles is real. It's really there.
Yes, break down lady balls before Jess gets offended.
You see, a lot of women, because of the way we are conditioned and programmed and educated, take on masculine qualities, you know, and they think it's powerful. But feminine power is very different than masculine power. Feminine power is assertive. Masculine power is aggressive. Feminine power is directive. It's nurturing. It's nourishing. It's clear. And masculine power is often domineering and controlling and directive as opposed to collaborative. So lady balls, you know, a lot of women today want to be the boss and they want to be the diva and have no leadership skills whatsoever. Lady balls are how a powerful woman lives in, moves in, stands in her power in a way that nurtures, nourishes, supports, heals, grows other people. It's not testicles. Testicles are aggressive. They got hair and sometimes they smell. Don't ask me how I know. I'll put that.
In one of the episodes, you point out that women.
I love how she described the difference between lady balls and testicles, because you can kind of get a more of a clear, concise understanding of what she's saying. When a woman is in, because I can say I've had lady balls, you know what I'm saying, where I confuse my feminine power with masculinity, because we do believe as Black women, we have to be the backbone. And for some of us, we do, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, there's a way to stand it. And I learned this. There's a way to stand in your feminine power and it not be domineering or assertive, but it be more nurturing and intent. You know what I'm saying? Intentful or whatever. But with feminism, they got a lot of our women believing that it's all or nothing, meaning you got to either be the boss or you got to let him be the boss. But I'm here to tell you that when this is done correctly, when the direct divine, or when the correct divine feminine is with a direct divine or correct divine masculine, it balances. It balances. That's all. But again, this day and age, we are in a state of Black women don't like Black men don't like Black women, and you can't tell Black men nothing and you can't tell Black women nothing. And the fact of the matter is, it's not conducive for us long term. But lady balls to me sounds like it's not a bad thing. It's just understanding how to balance that masculinity versus your femininity and make it work in your feminine power. That's what it sounds like to me. And I don't think that it's a bad thing, but we got to be careful, because it sounds like having lady balls is a very thin line. Because lady balls, some women take into, I'm in charge, I'm the boss. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like I brought up Lala Milan and Super and all them stuff. It oozes from their relationships who's the masculine or dominant in their relationships. You can name them. Name the people with them. Not with Monique. Monique different, because she called her husband daddy, and she looked like she handing over the check. You know what I'm saying? But Super Scent, Lala Milan, K Nicole, all of them girls, they had to be in their masculine to get what they got. I get that. But ultimately, it kind of translated to where it was too masculine and it kind of looked domineering, where it should have been more nurturing. And they get these men who just want to be coddled anyway. But anyways, I thought that was interesting about the lady ball. Oh, Natalie Nunn. Yes, definitely Natalie Nunn. And she's creating a whole bunch of women like that too. My bitches get money. My bitches get money. Sounding like a damn pimp. Child. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. I like Iyanla. I'm glad she back, because we need some order restored around here. And let me tell Black women something. All of that, you can't be told nothing. You're going to find yourself caught up. For all Black women who feel like you can't tell them nothing, you are going to get caught up. I'm telling you what I know. You can't walk around. You have to be a forever student. Anybody, I don't give a damn who you are. Anybody who feel like they can't be taught nothing, you ain't nothing but a fool waiting to die. Everybody should always be a forever student. You know what I'm saying? We got to be a forever student in learning. We just do. And like I say, it's hard with a lot of us, because you can't tell us nothing. We just know everything. And it's just, unfortunately. I want to get into this Verizon. Who got Verizon Wireless in here? Did y'all see Verizon Wireless lost their service yesterday? So apparently, because I don't have Verizon, I have T-Mobile. Apparently, Verizon Wireless went out of not business, but they lost service yesterday for a shorter amount of time. I don't know how long it was. I have the article pulled up here, and I'm telling you, this was done on purpose. This wasn't a mistake. They did this on purpose. They posted this. I'm sorry. They want to see your response to certain things. But it's funny, because wasn't we just on here? Was it yesterday or the day before? I was asking y'all about the value system. And I said, hey, if money doesn't work anymore, what would you barter? It's the same thing with electronics and the internet. If you put all your lock, stock, and barrel in these external things, you are going to fail. You're supposed to utilize them. You're supposed to utilize them to your liking. But you're never supposed to be 100% dependent on none of this stuff. Not the internet, not money, not none of it. You should always have something internal, Acorn, internal that the Most High already gave you that you should be able to survive off. The reason why most people can't survive in this day and age is because they never decide to go within and meet their soul to get the answers to survive. And I'm going to tell you right now, most people can't meet their soul. And most people know that, so they won't even try. And I'm not saying that they physically aren't able to meet their soul. They just don't want to because they're afraid to see what's going to be reflected back to them. So you got to be able to go in and meet and have a conversation with your soul. That's the only way, okay? But all this other stuff, this external shit, money, internet, computers, cars, all of that stuff. Y'all need to be coming up in your head with alternative methods for all of this stuff. Alternative method for digital money, keep cash on you. Alternative method for the internet, buy some encyclopedias, some books, some dictionaries. You know what I'm saying? Find alternative methods. So now Verizon Wireless went out, and I had no clue because I don't have it. It says, why was Verizon down? What to know about nationwide outages. Now, they say they offered the people $20 for a credit. Girl, these people is crazy. It says the huge inconvenience experienced by Verizon customers January 14th has been resolved, and the company announced late last night. The service outage Wednesday lasted almost 10 hours. Wow. And affected more than 1.5 million customers across the United States. I think I have the map up here so y'all can see. It looked like it was in the southeast region. Hold on, I think I got the map. It looked like it was more or less in the southeast. Here you go. Look. This way it was. It says the service outage Wednesday lasted almost 10 hours and affected more than 1.5 million customers across the United States, including Florida, leaving customers seeing SOS only on their phones and unable to make calls, send, or receive texts. It says it wasn't the first time Verizon's customers were left without service. Another outage occurred less than a year ago in August of 2025. Here's the latest on the outage and credits Verizon said will be provided to affected customers. According to Verizon, it says the outage has been resolved. If customers are still having issues, we encourage them to restart their devices to reconnect to the network. For those affected, we will provide account credits. And it says details will be shared directly with customers. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. It says Verizon announced around 10:30 p.m. Wednesday night that the outage has been resolved. The company posted every few hours on X to provide an update on what was happening. We are working nonstop and making progress. Verizon posted on X a couple of hours before the issue was resolved. We know this is a huge inconvenience, and our top priority is to get you back online and connected as fast as possible. Content creators, if y'all have Verizon and y'all missed out on money for 10 hours, why y'all don't sue Verizon? That's 10 whole hours. You could have been making more TikTok videos. You could have been making your YouTube videos. You couldn't even do what you needed to do. I think that people who do content all over the world, Craig, but at least in these regions, y'all need to be getting together, getting a class action lawsuit, because see, they have what people don't understand is Verizon has an end of this bargain to uphold as well. Just like you got to pay your money, they have to provide you service as long as your money is paid. So if you went 10 hours without service, how much money did you lose? I'm just asking. I would be trying to find a class action lawsuit. That's just me. At any rate, it says, we know this is a huge inconvenience and our top priority is to get you back online and connected as soon as possible. Our teams will continue to work through the night until service is restored for all impacted customers. We will make this right for any customer affected. Verizon said if customers were still experiencing problems with their phones, we encourage them to restart their devices. We already said that. Let me see. It says Verizon did not say what caused the service disruption, but did say it did not see an indication of a cyber attack. If they did, they wouldn't tell y'all. Internet monitoring company Cisco Thousand Eyes called the event one of the most significant nationwide connectivity interruptions in recent history in a note in USA Today. It says Federal Commission's Communist Chair Brendan Carr told Reuters after a congressional hearing that the agency will review the issue and take appropriate actions. Democratic FCC Commissioner Ann Gomez said she would ask the agency to investigate. It says when iPhones aren't connected to a cellular network, they will typically display one of the following messages: no service or searching SOS or SOS only. Oh, they say you can still make emergency calls when that happened. Child, at any rate, Verizon played with y'all for 10 hours yesterday. And if I'm a content creator, I'm finding the nearest lawyer to find out how we can start this class action lawsuit. Because, bitch, I know you lying. The moment you don't pay your phone bill, the second you don't pay it, what do? Disconnect the service. Because when you sign that contract agreement states that I pay you money and you provide me with a service. Now, I didn't read the contract like the rest of y'all. They might have some fine print in there that say, girl, we might fuck up and you can't sue us. However, if there isn't none, and I'm in the Southeast region and I had an iPhone and it was with Verizon and I lost 10 hours worth of network connectivity, I'm trying to see if I could sue. Because I just lost out on, depending on, especially if I'm a big content creator. Oh, yeah, bitch, you just made me miss $100K. Easy. I don't think this was done on a mistake. I think that this was done on purpose. It's time for me to jump in my conspiracy theory bag. And my conspiracy theory bag just states this. These people know that, or they don't know how you're going to react given the information that you've been given here in the recent past. Because a lot of people are waking up black, white, green, and yellow. And they trying to test you to see where you are. They do it a lot with riots and social justice causes. Like, you know, they did that with George Floyd. Y'all really think it was about George Floyd. It had nothing to do with him. He was just a pawn used for something bigger, you know? But it's a test to see what your reaction would be and how docile you are if you are still dependent on the system. And also, not only if you're still dependent on them, can the system screw you the way they want to screw you? And I ain't even gonna lie, it's been working flawlessly. Now, some of us who have the conspiracy theory brain, we typically get on here and we'll be like, oh, you guys, you should wake up and see this. But the masses, unfortunately, don't care. And Verizon knows this, so they're going to continue to run their tests. And the powers that be knows this, so they'll continue to run their tests. But I don't think this was a mistake. I think it was to see if y'all was going to buck up, and you didn't. And I'm not encouraging nobody to do. But I'm just saying I think it was to see what was going to happen or what was going to be the reaction. And if I'm judging the reaction, I think these people is in good hands. Unfortunately, it's funny because I remember I got my first sales job going door to door, sell Verizon phones, selling Verizon lines, girl. And I remember this man, I was training under him. And we had to do like 7 days worth of training. This is when Verizon, this was right after Katrina when I moved back to New Orleans. I never forget. And this man, I think I'm still cool with some of them on Facebook, but this man, he was my trainer and he was training me how to do the sales. So on like day, I want to say like 5 or 6, it was like a day or two before it was time to get paid. I never forget. I asked him, I said, can I just do a sale on my own? And he was like, yeah. So tell me why my first sale, I had got this company, not a man, because we was going door to door to houses and companies. I got this man to take his whole company from another Verizon or T-Mobile company or something to Verizon. It was a huge contract. This man took my deal and then looked me straight in the face and said, you're not supposed to get it anyway. Because they said you on probation for 7 days. I remember going, oh. When I tell you the commission on that shit was monions. My first sale, bitch. I got this man to take his whole company from one freaking place to Verizon. And that man looked me dead in my face and said, charge it to the game. I never forget. It was a clear man. That man looked me dead in my face and said, charge it to the game. Man, I ain't never felt so played in my life. I think I worked about 3 more days and I quit. I was like, man, fuck all that. The first day, matter of fact, yeah, it was the first day I could make my own commission. I quit. Because I felt played. I said, this man robbed me, man. This man ride me down to the ground, bruh. Ride me down, bruh. Man, that was cold-blooded. I was rolling that sales, too. I was rolling it. Because I know how to sell to people. I don't know. I just have a knack for that shit. That man sure ride me blind, fat. Yes, he did. Very clear of him. Do you hear me? Extremely clear of him. Too clear, if you ask me. Too clear. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Robert Wife 1, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you, boo. We about to get into tendernism. Knowledge gives gratitude 8253. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you, beautiful. Y'all get the likes up on the video if you haven't already. I know we're not good up on the likes yet. Sonia, thank you so much for being a member for 21 months. Says cold-blooded man, take birth control. It says since they think, I can't see this. Since they think men can have babies. Facts. Because these doctors are weird. They just here to repeat some stuff that they already was told to repeat to get the masses to follow. That doctor, the reason why she probably didn't get on that stage and say that men can't have babies is because she understood that if she literally said that out of her mouth, it would tear down the ideas and ideals that they've been pushing toward the masses. That's why that lady was sitting up there running all around the world and instead of saying men can't have babies. Because if she said that out of her mouth, it completely dismantles that whole facade, you know? Here's Wonder Woman. Thank you for the super chat. Says, safe travels, my love. So glad I didn't have to Educational Friday replay gang this morning. It says, and by the way, you're trying to show out you're trying to show it the auto down, huh? Yeah, girl, you know, I'm trying to do my little 1-2 yin yin, you know. I'm going to be over there in London, you know, chilling this weekend, seeing what's popping with the people with no sun, you know. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Tanisha Baylock 3995. Thank you for the super chat. It says it was 100% a test. They want us dependent on tech and to lose our survival skills. Correct. Absolutely correct. And this is the craziest part. I didn't know that 10 hours, but I'll be out the way. I didn't know for 10 hours that y'all didn't have no phone service. I'll be out the way though, because I don't talk to nobody. My phone dry as the Sahara Desert. My phone do not ring unless it's a bill or somebody that's important. Like, you know, bill collecting people. So I don't know. I had no clue until I jumped up this morning and saw it. But either way, they did want to test to see if y'all was going to lose your shit. And y'all was losing it online. Yeah, you was. Not enough to like freak out and start a war, but enough for them to know y'all depended on it, you know? But I would sue their ass. I would sue their ass. You know what's crazy? T. Hames said, don't give up your landline. I had a landline. I should go get that mug back. I really should. I ain't even think about that. Because we do need them landlines. You know what else I wish I had? A beeper. Girl, if I could find me a beeper right now, you wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. You wouldn't be able to call me. I would cut my phone off. You can't call me. Page me on me. If I had a beeper right now, I would cut my phone on do not disturb, bitch. Page me. And if I feel like it, I'll call you back. K1820. Thank you for the super chat. Says, did you see the Defense Department use frequency tech to take down Maduro soldiers to get him in custody? It says one gave an interview explaining they never had a chance to fight. Bleeding from ears and nose. Wow, no, I didn't see that. I got to go check that out. Man, listen, they said Trump over there conquering everybody's lands and all of that. So I know they pulling out all the stops with AI. I need to check that out. Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate you. Magnolia, thank you for the super chat. Says they're only giving them a $20 account credit. And that's the problem. I wouldn't accept it. I'll be talking to my lawyer. All content creators with an iPhone that have Verizon wireless, y'all need to be setting up a class action lawsuit. I would, because I'm like that, bitch. I like starting shit. I like starting off the raid. Yeah. I'm the girl gonna start the raid off. I'm that girl. What you cooking? Thank you for the super chat. Says Vu LMAO. I'm sorry. I'ma miss you, but you can always come through every time for us. Safe travels, somebody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, girl. I'm gonna try to pull up. I'm gonna pull up on y'all, depending on how the Wi-Fi is. But I think I should be able to pull up on y'all while I'm out there. But I will be spending time with my child, honey, because I have a daughter. Anyways, let's move on into tenderism. What the freak ever. Unc. Lord, where do we start? I'll start with TikTok. So Tendernism Unc. Let me pull him up so y'all can see him while I'm searching for this. So we all saw this man go viral on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and everything else. His name is Unc. Unc does these videos that he calls Tendernism. Now, Tendernism went viral because, first of all, Black people love a good grill. We love meat off the damn grill. That shit is from us. Y'all know that, right? Putting meat on the grill is something we've been doing for thousands of years, not hundreds. It ain't nothing we came out of slavery and learned how to do. We've been putting meat on the grill, Black America, for thousands of years. That is culture embedded and innate in us, not just in Black America, in the Western world, period, in the islands, South America. It is embedded in our brains and in our DNA to grill meat. We didn't just start doing this after slavery, and it had zero to do with an ethnogenesis. This is who we are, okay? That's why every time we want to celebrate, what's the first thing we do? Let's throw a barbecue. Let's throw a cookout. Every time something go good, what's the first thing we want to do? Let's throw some meat on the grill. You don't even know why you're doing that, and haters gonna tell you that it happened because of slavery. No. There's literature of them people spying on us thousands of years, not thousands, but hundreds of years before that, and they still spoke about us putting meat on the grill. So when we saw Unc, it was an automatic attraction to him because his whole product is selling meat that is so tender that comes off the grill that it falls. It falls off the bone, I'm sorry. And Black America loves some ribs. We love some chicken off the grill. We love any kind of meat you put on the grill. We are there. We are there. We use grills for happy occasions and bad. And when Unc came and went viral, we was like, oh, snap. So we all just in droves trying to support each other, decided to go support Unc. Unbeknownst to us, Unc don't own this shit. Unc is just a mascot. Now, before we get into that, let's get into a little bit of Unc and this Tendernism, and we'll go from there. Let's start with that.
People thought the worst part was that Unc wasn't the restaurant owner. It wasn't. The real outrage is that the term...
Pause, because I don't want to go too fast. Let me pull up Tendernism Unc on here so y'all can see a video without them explaining it first. And then we can go into why Unc is viral, more not for the food, but for what's going on. Hold on, y'all. There we go. So Unc goes viral, doing all of these Tendernism videos and all that stuff. And everybody's trying to get down there to see Unc. Here we go. Let's go here. I don't want the white, because let me tell you this clear man who's with Unc was never with him before. Never. But it seemed like once Keith Lee popped up at this man's restaurant, this clear man came out of nowhere, and it's been hell ever since. I think I saw one with just Unc by himself. Let's see if this one. He probably got the white boy sitting next to him.
Your teeth out. Then come to Destination Smokehouse Eatery. This is Tendernism Capital. You don't need them. Not down here. No. I gotta make sure it's right. Look. You talking about flavor. Go to the dentist. Tell him to take all your teeth out. Then come to Destination Smokehouse Eatery. This is Tendernism Capital. You don't need them. Not down here.
So this goes viral. Everybody and their mama won't go get this food. I ain't gonna lie. Even me, I was like, shit, if I'm ever in town, I'm gonna have to go pull up on Unc. Because in my mind, the way this is packaged is Unc is an old Black dude who been cooking on the grill for ages and scolds and blows. And he done found a way to tender some meat up so damn good that he done found the product and he's selling it on TikTok. That's what my impression was. I'm pretty sure most Black Americans' impression of this man at the time was, oh snap, this is an old man who been cooking for years. Well, fast forward, we find out through Keith Lee that that's not the case. Unc, that's what they call him, is simply a mascot. He don't own shit. And at this point, I don't even know if he back there cooking this shit. He probably is. I'm pretty sure they got the recipe from him, because Clear's been doing this since the beginning. Why you think the white boy had KFC and Popeyes? They all steal our ingredients and put their name on it. They've been doing this since they come here. So I'm pretty positive Unc gave them the recipe, and Unc is the one back there with, starting them off with this tendernism stuff. However, Unc don't own shit. He don't own the word tenderism. He don't own the restaurant. He don't own the food. He don't own the damn the ingredient. He don't own shit. This man had been pushing Unc out there this whole time simply because he knew that he was going to attract us in. Now, this is why this is important, because I get it. We want to support everybody black, but we got to start doing our due diligence and checking in on this stuff. So how did we find out Unc don't own shit? Well, Keith Lee goes to Tendernism, and y'all know Keith Lee. Keith Lee is a food critic on TikTok with millions and millions of followers. He decided that when he was in his food tour, one place he could not stop or did not stop or could not stop by, is Unc with the tendernism. So Keith decided, let me go up in here, try this food and see what's up. Now, when Keith went and tried the food, the crazy part about it is he rated the food. He thought it was dope, but he went inside to go meet Unc. Because like everybody else, we want to see Unc. We only here trying this tenderism shit because of Unc. We want to see Unc bring the plate out and we pick up the meat and it fall off the bone and we go tendernism and we go, ooh, and we jump up off the plate. And it's more than that. It's us feeling a sense of pride that one of our own has created something that is dope and dope enough to where it's worldwide and the people want to see it. We were proud. Keith Lee gets there, tries the food, and then right after he tries the food, he went to go back to thank Unc and couldn't. This is where we found out Unc don't own shit. This is also where we found out not only does Unc not own it, Unc is being controlled by a clear man who's really behind it all. Now, let me get into Keith Lee explaining him trying to leave a tip, but couldn't be able or wasn't able to because of the white boy. Because mind you, Keith wanted to leave. He normally leave thousands of dollars of tips wherever he go. And this time he went to go meet Unc personally, shake his hand, and Unc wasn't nowhere to be found. He was actually being hovered by security and the white boy. And this is how we get exposed. I believe the Most High sent Drewski to expose the church. And I believe the Most High sent Keith or the ancestors, whoever, sent Keith Lee to expose this tendernism. I tell y'all, the prophet Cat Williams came and said, all lies will be exposed. They are exposing these lies to us left and right. Let me see if this is the area where Keith was talking about trying to go back there and thank him.
Delicious. For me, personally, 9.7 out of 10.
Let me fast forward.
It's the peppery. And this is tender. I'm going to 9.5.
All right, that's the brisket. It ain't going nowhere. Oh, there you go. Go put a pull action. This is extremely over-seasoned, in my opinion, when it comes from not only a sodium level, but also a flavor level. That's a decent brisket, in my opinion. 6.5 out of 10. This nigga from Texas. I got somebody from Texas with me. He's trying to understand.
All right, that's the juice.
You smoking. 8.7. This mac and cheese. I don't know if this is oil or if this is a lighting, but...
Butter starts separating from the noodle.
And can I say this too?
Mm-mm.
It seemed like when Unc was doing it on a smaller micro level, meaning he was just taking care of the regular customers, the product probably was fire. But then once they started getting big and more production needed to come out, meaning more food, it looked like he had to teach it to the rest of them, and they don't have the sauce. Because first of all, mac and cheese, if my cheese is separating from my macaroni, I'm going to throw that shit at your head. I'm going to say it again. If you give me a side of macaroni and cheese and the cheese run away from my macaroni, I'm going to bat you in the back of your head. I'm telling you now. So now these clear people are trying to give you what Unc has been marketing to the internet. And that's probably why when Keith Lee went found this food, remember I used to work in restaurants for over 10 years. That's probably why when Keith Lee went tried the food, it wasn't falling off the bone. Because remember, it's one thing when I'm just doing it for the regular. But once we get big and I got to make more and more, I can't handle the demand on my own. So I got to train y'all, probably a bunch of white boys in the back, train y'all so y'all can do it. That's why it wasn't like that, or at least as good as he thought it was going to be.
The cheese completely separated and almost curdled. I don't know what noodle that is. This the noodle. Not a fan of that at all. Okay, this the yam. Okay, now that's sweet, cinnamon, a lot of spices and flavors. 8 out of 10. For me, the standout is absolutely the oxtail. But past oxtail, the standout is Unk. Not only, in my opinion, is it extremely hard to get people engaged like that here to California, and this, in my opinion, is the most anticipated video I've ever done. In my hand is food from Destination Smokehouse.
Again, we just over here watching Keith Lee because we've all seen Unk. We've all seen Unk on TikTok, and we need a real review so that we can know for sure if this is legit. Well, tell me why like I said, he tried to give Unk a tip, and they had this man crowded with security. He couldn't even go meet Unk. It was real, real bad. So fast forward. Where I'm at. So fast forward, now it's exposed. Who is this white boy? Who the hell is this white man? And we didn't come to support him. We only came to support Unk. Why is this white man all in the videos like Suge Knight and everything? Let me show y'all a couple of the videos of this white man all on Unk. And not only that, he does this interview right after Keith Lee exposed him. Right after Keith Lee exposed the fact that he couldn't meet with Unk because Unk was hid and held by security. This white boy came out and basically told us that he's the one behind all of this. That he's talking about the recipes and, oh, we do this and we do that. And that's we like who this white boy is. Unk is a slave, and Unk likes being a slave because when we went crazy trying to save Unk, Unk came back and told us to mind our business. But before we get into that, let's get into a little bit of this white boy who's actually the person stealing everything. And that's who we were supporting, not Unk. Watch the hijack.
Why he probably felt the way that he did, even the way that he approached it. He didn't ask for anybody else. There's a lot of people visible on social media. To offer a tip to a business owner was crazy. That was the other thing too, is like he really thinks Walt is like this helpless guy who needs his help. How are you going to tip a business owner? Tip the whole staff.
Like, damn, why you bringing all these niggas out? That ain't about to help the situation. It's actually making it worse. Question to y'all out there. When y'all tip,
Sorry. So the owner did an interview basically saying that he felt like Keith Lee basically tried to expose them. Didn't I tell you it was a bunch of white people in the back? And I swear to God, I didn't even look this up. Didn't I tell you it was a bunch of white people in the back? Girl, I worked in restaurants for years. I know what I'm talking about. This is how they steal from us every time. I told you it was a bunch of white people in the back. Anyways, the reason we supported Unk was because we wanted to support Unk. We had no clue that it was a whole damn man behind the curtain making all of the money, all of it. Unk couldn't even get his $5,000 tip from Keith Lee. Why? Because all this going on. The white boy is protecting Unk, not because he care about Unk, because Unk is his prize horse. He not about to let y'all screw that over. Also, he don't want to, in my opinion, it seems like he didn't want too much attention going to Unk without him getting attention. Let me see this video, because he wanted to make it be known that he's really the man behind all of this.
Cynthia, Cynthia does eat turkey.
And this is the worst part. This white boy will tell y'all and write it down in history as if they came up with this shit. I've seen it done over and over and over again. Now, the white boy put his name on the ingredients. The white boy put his name, patent, got the whole, the trademark for tendernism and all that. And the white boy and his family, his kids, his grandkids, and the kids behind him gonna eat well off of Unk. Look.
I don't have anything to say. This is crazy. This is one of the best quality control trays we've done because there's like no feedback. Round all the way around, good flavor. Not too hard at the end, but if you season it,
really good, yeah.
Backbone too. Both of them. Turkey special, brisket special, I did this with them because I really thought there'd be more feedback, but there's really not a whole lot to say other than thank you. You guys did an amazing job. These two guys right here, Hector, Marcos, they run the prep, they do the sides, they get the meat ready. Butcher Bill, you guys know all the way back from him, and he's been leading our cooks for almost 2 years. Wow, that's crazy.
You see how he hurry up and gave us? You see that? You see that? You see how he hurry up and gave the credit to the white boy? He been leading our cooks for 2 years. He already destiny swapping. He already destiny swapping. He already doing it in front of you. He literally telling you, look, he introducing his staff as if they the ones behind this. He told you the white boy been in charge of the kitchen for the last 2 years. That is to imply this ain't, help, but this our shit. He's destiny swapping right in front of your face. If you didn't know what a destiny swap was, you looking at it. What we know is without Unc, that restaurant ain't got no tenderism. But he's rewriting the narrative right in front of us so that we can believe it's them behind this. That's why he's telling you that he introducing these people like, look, and this one was doing this, and this one was doing that.
They do the sides, they get the meat ready. Butcher Bill, you guys know all the way back from him, and he's been leading our cooks for almost 2 years. Wow, that's crazy. And Jacob's been with us a few months, and he's already crushing it. So I'll get that lady over there, Miss Cynthia, running point. Make sure the kitchen runs smoothly and food gets out fast with high quality. So thank you guys. Trey's amazing.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
And then it's the worst part. Ever since Keith Lee exposed the fact.
Don't come at me, but Uncle.
My bad. Ever since Keith Lee exposed the fact that it's the white boy behind it, this nigga been in every single video you can find.
I had a wonderful woman come up to me today, and she stopped me. I was at the soda machine, and she's like, how does it feel to change the world?
Ain't nobody come here to see you, Otis.
I don't want no reactions. He been in every...
Quick today. I know you guys are getting used to this, so I don't want to make it boring. You know,
ain't nobody coming to see you.
That's what I hate about TikTok. I just hate that y'all just... Anyway... Everybody ever since then, this white boy has been the face of every single thing. Tendernism, him. Tendernism, him. He getting all these people. And remember, white people gonna come. Why? Because we put it on. But we put it on under the pretense that this is Unc. This is one of our own. We want to celebrate and put our own on. But the fact of the matter is that wasn't the case. Let's get into this video once people found out that it was the white boy behind it.
People thought the worst part was that Unc wasn't the restaurant owner. It wasn't. The real outrage is that the term tendernism was trademarked by the restaurant owner. What we are witnessing is an old black man being used as a mascot for another man, white man's restaurant. And let's be honest, after seeing all those viral videos of the meat falling off the bone, anybody would want to try it. It was tendernism that made this restaurant explode online. People come to see him. Keith Lee came to see him. The viral fame, the business, the buzz that came from Unc, not the owner. But when Keith tried to leave a $4,000 tip, security stopped him, saying Unc was too busy. What made people even angrier was the owner's response afterward.
If I would have known he was here, I would have probably asked Edie to stop for a few seconds so we could go over there. That's what I would have done.
The way the owner speaks and Unc's energy just makes the whole thing feel uncomfortable. And ever since then, the owner has been showing up in every tendernism video. Now, the restaurant is getting canceled, with people saying the owner mistreated Unc and he doesn't get paid for all the popularity he's brought to the place. What's your take on all of this?
So basically, Unc is being used. But this is the worst part about Unc being used. He love it. I want to be mad at the man so bad. I swear to God. But it's hard when you see this.
Oh, he got off, my little. Yeah, but look at that. Yeah, I'm telling you, getting soft on us. I'm telling you from another side. I don't do no hugging no more. Okay, anyway, let me get this straight. Me and him, boy, we gonna ride the house like Roy road trip. I'm out of here. This guy here.
Some people might not think Unc understands what's going on, but I'm gonna offer you a different perspective as a woman from the deep south, from the bottom of the map. Unfortunately, there are a group of men specifically around this age and in this era of age who cowered and accepted the fate of the white man. And they decided it's better to join them If you can't beat them type, join them type stuff. So what they did was started just being subservient to the white man, because I think they're from Alabama. There are some black people who hold their head down still in 2026 when they're in front of white people. Y'all got to understand, some black people are in America. Some black Americans are intimidated by the cracker. See, I know we gets on it with the tethers, and I know we gets on it with the other people, but we got to hold a mirror up, man. It's some of us that's scared of these people. And not only scared, we look at them as saviors. We do. Not all of us. Some of us. There are some of us who look at these crackers as a white Jesus, like a savior. And because we give them this savior complex, even when we're being used, we just take it like, but it's okay. I get that energy off of Unc. Unc, one of them old ass men. You know, back in the civil rights movement, if the white boy came, knocked on the door and said, "Give me your son," Unc was one of the men that sent this boy outside. Does that make sense? And I hate to say that, especially if it's not true about Unc, but that's just the energy I'm reading off of him. Unc was one of the boys, one of the men who helped the KKK catch another nigga around the corner. You see what I'm saying? You can't save people like Unc. What you got to do with people like Unc is go let him love on his white man in peace. You got to let Unc go live with his white man in peace, because there are some black people in America, and if you feel some type of way, it's you. There are some black people in America that just can't fathom you saying something negative about a cracker. They just can't. And that man got that energy and that spirit on him, you know? So I just was saying to the people, don't get upset. Just don't support. Instead of us just jumping out the window and running out in droves to support each other, we need to start doing some homework. Because what y'all don't understand is that enemy has been watching you for years. They know more about us than we know about each other, because they've had nothing but time to just sit there and study our behavior, our language, our culture, everything. They know roundabout what we gonna do it before we know. So you don't think these people know, if I want to go viral, I can't do it as a cracker. Let me go get a mascot. You don't think that clear man didn't know that and waited until it was out there for him to just come from behind the curtain and say, "Oh yeah, my bad, busted." Oh, I got that meme. The clear man tried to hide behind this man here, Unc, and then once, oh boy, Keith Lee came out and exposed it. The white boy been in every video like this.
Gotcha. So I would like to thank everyone that was involved with this negotiation. Thank God no one was hurt in the process. And I feel free.
He got us, y'all. And y'all get got like that in your own cities. A lot of the black-owned restaurants, black-owned places that y'all think are real black-owned, it's a white boy behind them like this. Unc is a representation of what's happening in your city right now. I don't give a damn where you're from. If you in a black American city, Unc is a representation of all y'all black-owned shit. Support black-owned. Whole time, it's a mascot. Spoof sat by the door. Y'all ain't caught on yet, though. Y'all have not caught on. Matter of fact, in New Orleans, they had this like Top Golf type of thing. They had used Alvin Kamara, the football player, as the mascot. They they had Alvin Kamara do all of these commercials as if he owned it. Niggas went in droves to this Top Golf thing in New Orleans. All to find out Alvin Kamara don't own shit. He was a mascot. Unc is a representation. Y'all got to expand your thoughts. This ain't a one-off. You just looking at Unc, not realizing you getting played like that on your everyday basis. They've been putting mascots in front of us. Been. We just ain't never been able to see it. I'm telling you, if you think I'm lying, go start looking up and figuring out a lot of these black-owned places in your neighborhoods and in your areas, and watch you see they're funded by another cracker behind the curtain like Unc. Y'all missing it. And Unc's happy there. They're probably giving him minimum wage, and he's going to die happy as a pig. I would just say, Black America, leave Unc over there with his cracker in peace. Let Unc and his cracker rest in peace together. Because guess what? The fortune is already made. We done already made it popular. White folks done already found it. And guess what? They're going to have crackers and foreigners coming from all over the world to go see Unc and Tendernism. Because at this point, it's too late. We can sit up here and say we're going to pull back our energy, but it don't matter. Them crackers is already going to ride that wave. Now, it ain't going to last long. Because without our energy, it'll be dead within a year. But you think this white boy care? He done made more money than he ever thought he could have made. He done close the restaurant and go do some other business. He don't give a damn. You've been played, y'all. Black America, wake up. You living in a whole bunch of lies. Okay? Yeah. I'm being real. And you're right, not just the state of the world. Because y'all see them sister bags on Instagram. I told y'all I bought one of them sister bags thinking it's a Black American company and it's a Nigerian. Be careful, all of them Black-owned businesses y'all supporting on Instagram and TikTok. They not Black. I'm going to say it again. Be careful of them Black-owned businesses y'all supporting on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. They not Black. They just got Black mascots. I'm learning it the hard way. Question everything. If you don't, you're literally living, you're part of the Walking Dead, okay? Shell Way, thank you for the super chat. Says, Boo, I wonder where Unc's family at. This is sad. I'm telling y'all, Unc is cut from a cloth. Like somebody put it in the chat earlier. Like Emmett Till uncle. They raised like that. They come up in that church teaching to turn the other cheek, that Jesus gonna come back and give them their heaven, and they just go with that. So I'm pretty positive the family just happy that Unc is online. You know what I'm saying? And he's popping. And they get free Tendernism at 5 o'clock when Unc get off. So they probably good with the free ribs every time they go through inventory and they throwing out meat. Unfortunately, I'm from the Deep South. I'm telling you what I know. If you ain't born and raised in the Deep South, you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's people in 2026 walking around like it's still Jim Crow. Facts. Summer Rain, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, did you hear the white dude say Keith can't just give Unc money? It says how the money would have been evenly distributed to the staff. Who are you to do that if Keith wanted it to go to Unc? I'm going to tell you what he would have used because I used to work in restaurants. I'm an expert here. So the way it works is in restaurants, bartenders have to split their tips. Waiters have to split their tips. So if I leave a waiter $5 tip, portion of that money got to come out and pay the busboy, the hostess, and the bartender. So anything you tip at a restaurant, listen to me. I worked in restaurants for over 10 years. I know what I'm talking about. It ain't just yours. You have to pay out on the tips that you get. I know a lot of people don't know this. So how it works legally, if Keith Lee would have left a $5,000 tip for Unc, legally, he would have had to distribute it amongst the crew. Because legally, that's how restaurants work. So the next time you're in a restaurant and you feel like you don't want to tip, keep that in mind. That girl might be losing money from you not tipping because the restaurant don't care if you tip. They still want the money that they assumed you would have left the person. Does that make sense? So yeah, it probably was a blessing that Unc didn't get the $5,000 tip because they would have definitely evenly distributed amongst the flock of the kitchen. And legally, there's nothing Unc would have been able to do about it. So that's for y'all who don't know how restaurants work. I did it for years. Years. If you tip me $5 and the restaurant assumed you was going to tip me $5, they want $1.25 out of that to pay the bartender, the host, and the busboy. And I can go to the restaurant and say, but they didn't give me $5. You know what the restaurant going to tell me? Well, they should have. Run me my $1.25. Anybody who ever waited tables could testify that I ain't telling you a word of lie. The restaurant gonna get their money whether you get tipped or not. So be mindful of that. I get it. Some people don't deserve a tip. Get it how you live, charge it to the game. But if you get at least decent, I know for me, if I get decent service, I tip. Because I understand that this lady just paid for me to sit down here and eat. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Do the research, bitch. I done worked in a restaurant for years. Go to the blows, girl. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And if you order a drink, rather you order a drink or not, she still got to tip the bartender. Now, on his personal time, somebody said, how about on his personal time? On his personal time, off the clock, he could slide him $5,000. But why he clocked in? Not while he clocked in. Not on duty. Not on duty. Somebody say not every place. If it's a mom and pops, maybe. But if it's a franchise, that's the T. I'm going to say it again, because let me tell you what y'all don't know. We talked about this before. I'm an expert on this. What y'all don't know is the restaurant get taxed. Let me tell you how it works for y'all who don't know. So the government tells the restaurant, you need to pay your waiter $7.25 an hour, or whatever it is the minimum wage is. That's what the government tells the restaurant. The restaurant tells the government, but why do I need to pay them minimum wage? They getting tips. And then the government tells the restaurant, I don't give a damn what they're getting. The law states you need to pay these people $7 or whatever the minimum wage is. So look what the restaurant does. The restaurant goes to the waiter and say, well, I don't want to give you $7 an hour. But I do know if I calculate your tips on average, you make at least $9. So what I'm going to do is go back to the government and tell the government I am paying you $9 an hour. But what I'm not telling the government is I'm only really giving you $2 and the rest coming from your tips. Now let's get to the next level, the next layer of this. The next layer, yes, even cash. Oh, yes, they count cash too. So this is another thing. The restaurant got slick. Because they realized, I was working in a restaurant when this happened. They realized, okay, all these people got to do is pay cash, and then we can't keep account of it. So this is what the restaurant says. If these people spend $100, and they should tip you 18%. So 18% of $100 is what, $18? So we're going to assume that they gave you $18. And I go to the restaurant and say, but they didn't give me $18. And the restaurant says, tough titty said the kitty, but the milk was dry. Run me my portion. So now you as a server have to hope that everybody who you serve is tipping you, because if not, if they don't tip you, now I got to come out my own pocket a percentage of the tip that the restaurant thought that you were going to give me. And that's how the government makes their money. That's how the restaurant make their money. And the person at the bottom, the waiter, walks away with little to nothing. I know I was waiting tables before the system came in, and I was waiting tables during it. And I saw a significant decrease in my money because the government told the restaurant, you need to pay the server $7.25 an hour. So with that being said, the restaurant realizes I need to share tips amongst y'all because I'm not trying to pay you out my pocket. I refuse to pay it out my pocketbook, but I let y'all pay each other. So then the restaurant owner said, bartender, whatever you make, give a percentage of your money to the hostess and the busboy. Waiter, whatever percentage of money you make, give a percentage of your money to the bartender, the hostess, and the busboy. Busboy, I got about $5 for you. We'll give you a couple of dollars from their tips. Hostess, I give you $8. But we'll give you another $1 or so from everybody who made the table. That's how restaurants work. So yeah, that's why he would have had to split it. Yeah, that's how it works. So again, if you work at a mom and pops, maybe. But if you work at a big company, that's how it works. Period. But other than that, I just think that we have to do our due diligence and do our research because there are so many mascots out here. Y'all have no idea. You have no idea. Thank you, Summer Rain. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Because that's a true statement. That's a true story. Hold on. Let me see what this is. What you cooking? I think I saw this. Thank you for the super chat. Says, Boo, I'ma miss you, but always come through every time for you. Safe travels, somebody. Y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. Yes, celebrities are mascots, and a lot of these people on this internet are mascots too. Okay? Be mindful of that. And if you're not asking why, then you literally just sleepwalking. So ask why for everything and explore the answers to the why. With that being said, y'all, I got to get up off of here. I will be seeing y'all next week. But I will be putting out Love and Hip Hop on the Dollhouse as well later on. I'll see y'all on the next one. And remember, don't pay it back, pay it forward. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.